So, Mike, are you going to the Italian Bowl tomorrow?
I gotta see what time it's at.
It's 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, so all right, I just didn't want it to be noon, and yeah, if I don't get up until let's say 10 in the morning, I'm not gonna. I mean, even if
Yeah,
I left here at 10, I'm not
we
gonna.
need you all your life. You probably wondered. I need to know what Italian football is like, right?
Well, I also see that it's airing on its YouTube channel, on its website.
Okay, so you can watch the. You don't even have to make the trip. You can just watch the Italian Bowl on the internet.
But as I said, I think if I go there, part of it is the journey, going to
Yeah,
Toledo, but
it's
also going to Tony Paco's. And I shared that big hot dog that I got last year, which
yeah.
I don't know how the hell I didn't like explode after eating that whole thing. Because immediately after that, my cousin and I went to a Toledo Mud Hens game. So it's like, how the hell did that like not make it through my intestine until like past midnight that next day? But I am seriously intrigued about what the concession stands sell. Are they going to sell cannolis? Are they going to sell other Italian dishes? Well, I'm dead serious. I mean, they can't just sell hot dogs and the regular old fare there. It's Italian. You got to sell like San Pellegrino water or I'm just thinking about the Italian deli that I go to like once a week. Some of the stuff they have there. The Italian ices. I just went to Rita's for the first time yesterday. Oh my gosh, I love that Rita's.
Ritas.
Have you ever heard of Rita's? I'm sure. Well, yeah. I mean, you're
No.
no really. You're near Philadelphia. You've never heard of Rita's? Okay. It's Italian ice, or well, it's almost like an ice cream shop, but the thing they specialize in is Italian ice, and it's just ice basically in a cup, really shredded down so you can scoop it up with a spoon and eat it. And it's flavored like different flavors. I got lemon because again, when I go to the Italian delis, if I want to get a little dessert for later on in the week, they sell little like pints or quarts of Italian ice. So I got a lemon Italian ice, which was really cooling on a 90 plus degree day yesterday. And I mean, the only issue I have with it, with Rita, is it isn't. It's a walk-up stand. It isn't a
Okay.
regular like you can go inside. You have to actually wait outside. Plus, they had two windows open. They closed one down. I'm not joking. The people that were ahead of me were three different families, a
Okay.
mother with all their children, and each one, not even joking, had a minimum of seven kids.
Ooh.
So I'm waiting in this 90-degree heat, and all these kids are hemming and hawing. Oh, I want to try this flavor. Can I have a sample? But it's like, for fuck's sake, I'm sitting here, one person, and you can't control your brood and say, make your damn mind up. Meanwhile, the line's growing behind me. I mean, it started with just me, but then it grew to me and like five other people. And I was like ready to just blow my stack and be
Oh,
like, come on, this is just ridiculous. A, open up the second lane, but also B, you don't need to pull the kids like they're a friggin' audience. Yeah, you know what they like, and they can see the
the
flavors.
flavors.
What was that? Oh,
This is the trophy for the Italian Bowl. Look at that.
it should be a big Italian submarine
I
sandwich.
love how I love the dolphin just like sneakily like hovering over the get press box.
Well, but the Dolphins are one of the teams playing for it.
Yes. Yeah, I know they're one of the teams, but I love how sinister he looks like gonna win that fucking trophy.
It doesn't look like a dolphin; it looks like a shark.
He
He's
does
got
kind of look like a shark.
blood in his eyes.
Yeah.
The other one looks like a takeoff of the New Orleans Saints Fleur de Lis.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the
I,
full rights, so we're gonna widen it a
it's
little
like
bit and turn it
it's like
pink.
it's like they combined the Saints logo with Clemson's colors or something.
Right. It just looks weird. It looks like the mock NFL bowl. We're gonna
Oh,
have the Dolphins, but they look like sharks, and we're gonna have the Saints, but the logo's a little wider and the color's a little off. It's a
sure.
football. It's Italian football.
Glass Bowl Stadium. I love that that's the name of the stadium that Toledo
I
has.
I was looking when I was trying to pull up directions. I was wondering why it's called Glass Bowl Stadium. I think it's a last name.
Oh,
So maybe it's named after like Ron Glass.
we can only hope it was named after Ron Glass.
They said after the new Odd Couple, "You're getting your own stadium."
They were very big fans of Barney Miller in Toledo.
Who doesn't love Barney Miller? Absolutely. They loved when when Ron Glass did the cameo in the final episode of When Things Are Rotten, and he turned out to be the Black Knight, hidden, disguised all the episode. And they pulled off his mask. Ha! It's me, Ron Glass. Give me the stadium in Toledo, you effers.
Now, Mike, we are actually playing this episode for everybody right now. So I didn't do an intro. I didn't do anything. So, Mike, I need to mention to the audience, okay? What did I also share with you earlier today?
You're talking about the hurdler?
Yes.
Where was this? Germany?
Yes, I showed you that from Sicko's committee.
Right. I'm just trying to remember the language it was written in, because it definitely wasn't English. I think it was German. And not even joking, this hurdler, he had a wardrobe malfunction. I think it's the best way of saying it, below the waist. 5 times in a race.
Well, the audience got his show, didn't they?
Well, I was gonna say how, but yeah, the audience definitely got a show. I'm absolutely surprised that none of the hurdles were knocked down. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. But I cleared all the hurdles. Oh, keep it in your pants there, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
Keep it.
seriously, how does that happen unless you're wearing like really loose drawers, or, well, or no drawers at all? There's got to be some reason that I really don't want to know. But if it happened during the Olympic Games, holy Hannah, they'd have the best ratings of all time. Everybody's flipping over to see the guys swans hitting the hurdles.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's just absolutely bizarre.
So, the NBA championship now resides in Oklahoma City, Mike.
You know, they say trust the process. Good heavens, Oklahoma City had a process, because remember, they stunk really badly even up until whatever year Holmgren was drafted. That was just 2 years ago. That was 2023. So they were not good in 2022. But the thing is, they accumulated just a buttload of draft picks. And plus, also along the way, they got rid of Paul George, which looks really good in retrospect, and got how many draft picks? Like, how many first rounders? Like 5, 4. But also, they got this second year player, just finished his rookie year in LA back in 2019, by the name of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Good heavens, is that one of the biggest trades in NBA history? You trade away Paul George, who admittedly was good. Maybe, I'm not going to say great, but he was, let's say, second or third tier in terms of stars. And you got back like 4 or 5 picks, and you got SGA, and Paul George has done nothing. He was injured for a long time, but then he went to Philly, where he did like nothing last year. Meanwhile, SGA just got better and better and better and better and better. And then this past year, he led the NBA in scoring, and he was the MVP, and he won a title. So yeah, look at that process. You get all these draft picks. They had like, not even joking, some ridiculous number like 15 in the span of 5 years, or 15 over 7 years or 6 years, and they just parlayed it into a winning team. Got to give them credit.
I think they were the youngest team or the second youngest team to win the championship.
Not surprising. I mean, SGA, he's been in the league now. This would have been his seventh season, I do believe. 18, 19, 19, 20. Yeah, seventh season. And I think he's only like 27 years old. I say this very, very loosely, he's a young kid. I mean, he's definitely under 30, but I do think he's only like 27 or so. I'm going to take a real quick look. 26. He's been in the league 7 years. He's 26. He'll turn 27 in 2 weeks, July 12th. But oh my gosh, I'm looking at the stats here: 32.7 points a game, almost 90% free throws, 52% from the field. Those are just superior numbers. And even now, I just mentioned he's still 26. He's got over 11,000 career points. That is not bad.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously, he's like fast tracking the Hall of Fame, sort of like Luka Doncic is. And kind of interesting, I say that because, and this is in my safe, which is in my bedroom, but who talked about, oh, it was last week, I think we were talking about the trivia winnings when we did the trivia stuff back like 7 years ago. I'm trying to think in what context we were talking about that, but regardless. So much of my money went towards cards, and not lying, I bought a box of 2018 basketball draft contenders. So all picks from the 2018 draft or free agents. Not kidding. I got a Luka Doncic autograph out of 99 in that box, and an SGA autograph. The box costs like $100. Between those two cards, that's like, I'd say at least $1,500. That was a return.
Oh man.
And they're both sitting in my, like I said, in my safe, and they're not being touched. I am definitely sitting on the SGA now because, well, MVP and champion and scoring leader. But then Doncic out of 99. That was a major, major. That's one of the best boxes I've ever gotten, to be honest. But hey, speaking of trivia, do you remember Tony Harrison from the trivia days?
Vaguely.
You remember the name, though?
Yes.
Okay, good. He had a very interesting little week, in case you didn't hear. He apparently, and I didn't know this, dabbles in poker. He dabbled in a little event this week called the World Series of Poker. Not joking. He played a $500 event, and I'm going to pull up the numbers. I'm going to his social media because I want to be accurate about this. So it was a $500 no limit hold'em event. He started on Monday. It took 2 days. It lasted until Tuesday. And there were over 5,000 players. Tony ended up in second place. He was at the final table, heads up, and he turned that $500 into, pause for effect here, $152,874.
Wow.
That's what I said. Yes. So good on him, Tony, if you can hear this, but he's got photos. And if you go to the WSOP site, his name is hyperlinked, so you can see photos and results. And yeah, it's right there. Second place, 152,000 and change. And there's like 8 photos of him in basically contemplation mode, thinking about, okay, do I bluff here? Do I put all the chips in? You know, there's none of him like smiling, or it's all just like, he's got his glasses on, he's thinking. He's pretty upfront and trying to hide his emotions. But so yeah, a little a little bit of a profit-making week for somebody that we know loosely or otherwise from our trivia days back 7 years ago.
Well, that does it for segment one, and we will be back with segment two.
This is CBS.
Someone's about to stir up the neighborhood.
I've been known to throw a party or two myself.
Someone is hiding a mysterious past.
You're going too fast.
Let's go too fast.
And
Somebody cut her throat.
is lining up a new target. A lot of someones and a lot of questions. The answers?
It's the early worm that gets the bird.
You taught me all about worms.
Knots Landing returns October 31st.
I may not be on her bones, but I'm still on her mind.
Is that it? Are we still live? We've been told that the arrival is just a few moments away.
How did they do it?
This is an exciting moment.
Some said it couldn't be done.
Here it is. We can see it now.
I'm happy they did it.
That meeting such rigid standards was impossible. And while all the others only talked about it, we did it. Introducing the 1992 Toyota Previa. Now the only van that meets all passenger car federal motor vehicle safety standards.
I don't feel good about having my family in it.
It's perfect.
Because when it comes to safety, we didn't let anything stop us.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
I'm Harry Smith with an Olympic profile. Next, figure skating and ice dancing. Do you know the difference?
This is Milan Henelichka, goaltender for the Czechoslovakian Olympic hockey team. He's taken hundreds of stitches, suffered 8 fractures, and has even been knocked unconscious. Yet he once went 11 consecutive periods without being scored on. But if you think it's tough to get something by him, wait till you see the guys at the ticket window if you don't have your Visa card. Because once again, the Olympics don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
In both pairs, figure skating and ice dancing, couples express a feeling of harmony to music. But figure skating, with its required jumps and lifts, is far more athletic. In ice dancing, no overhead lifts are permitted, only graceful dancing and creative flair.
Visa, sponsor of this Olympic profile and the Winter Olympics on CBS.
Sparky's Big Game Wisdom.
Only make an issue about the crucial calls. Be sure to call Domino's Pizza for 30-minute delivery guarantee. Good call.
Call now and get a Domino's Pizza delivered for the game.
Nobody knows like Domino's.
And now back to Garfield and friends.
Welcome back to segment two. Chico's here. Now,
hi.
Fudge. Now I need to mention something. And Mike, I want your comment on this. The big news in your area is that Hulk Hogan's Real American Wrestling has sold only 300 tickets at Cleveland State so far.
Good. Well, first off, I don't think many of us thought it would be popular, especially since they picked a venue that only holds like 12,000, 13,000 people. And as I told Greg and Chico and Dane of Squared Circle Time Machine, for events, they don't use the whole arena. For NBA games, G League games, I should say, for NCAA basketball games, I think only for concerts do they use all 13,000 seats. But for sporting events there, they only use like not even half the arena. And in this case, for the wrestling, they're only filling up like under 4,000 seats. I'm going to pull up the map really fast just to explain where they're seating people. So they're seeing people basically in the sections right near, if it was a basketball court, the length of the basketball court, and then just a little horn going around the first row of like where the hoop would be on one side. A total of looks like about 19 sections, 20 sections, maybe even less than that. Not many seats. And we got word, I think this is Tuesday, we found out that so far out of the 4,000 or so tickets on offer, only about 380 had sold.
There's not much demand for Izzy style.
Well, I'm going through the sections right now. I actually have the Ticketmaster page for the event up. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Plenty of tickets to be had. Let's see here. Every section I'm looking at has well over 100 tickets left. And the prices are... Oh, hold on. There's 89 tickets left on like that little, like I said, that hook, that corner. There's 89 tickets left at $59 minimum. 99 tickets in the next section over at 99 or at $59 minimum, and then 100 plus tickets, 100 plus tickets, 100 even on the floor where it's $124 to get a seat right by the ring, as close as you can get. There's still 100 tickets available for each of the three sections. Well, $124, but also 85. There's 40 like really good seats for $240, 46 seats $202, 43 seats $202. Needless to say, there's plenty of good seats available. I mean, even if you just add up those hundreds plus the other smaller numbers, that's got to be, well, close to 2,000 seats right there. And I mean, the sections aren't that big. I've been there. My graduation was there, so I know a little bit about that arena. But good on you, Hulkster. Your business venture doesn't look like it's going to be going anywhere. Well, also, there's 2 more months until the event. You never know. That walk-up crowd, all those Hulkamaniacs who want to see their Izzy-style wrestling may just flood the box offices at the Wolstein Center the night of.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It ain't happening.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you think it's fantastic. It ain't happening.
You'd have a better shot of bringing back Postamania.
You know, he should have brought back Postamania. I think everyone would love it.
Well, Little Italy part of Cleveland is only maybe about 3-4 miles away from the Wolstein Center. Yeah, about 4 miles, 3 miles. And actually, about 2 miles away from the Wolstein Center is just an absolutely amazing Italian deli, Gallucci's. If you're ever in Cleveland, I say go to Gallucci's. That is some great food. But, you know, maybe they need a Pastamania. Hey, Greg, hold on. Maybe this is what you're going to say. You know who could really use a Pastamania stand?
Who?
The Italian Bowl.
Yes!
There you go. They could sell Italian ice, they could sell cannolis, and you could have a pop-up Pastamania stand there.
Now, Chico, what are your thoughts about the Italian Bowl? Are you excited to see Italian football in this country?
I've never seen Italian football in this country. Frankly, I don't know the difference between Italian football and American football. So if you were going to show me Aussie rules football, I'd totally be on board with that. But Italian football? What?
I don't want to offend my fellow Italian paisanos, since I really do have I really do carry my Italian heritage more than the German heritage, because my German side's all screwed up. But anyhow, I think the big difference between Italian football and American football is American football, you have Pat Mahomes. In Italian football, you got, hey, Pat Mahomes! And Greg and Chico can see us. I'm doing the hand motions. Hey, Pat Mahomes!
Hey, Patricio! Hey!
Patrice Mahomes, I remember your daddy pitched for the Mets.
Miles Garatoni. I love the Miles Garatoni.
Travis Kelce. Oh, no, that doesn't work.
What was it you shared about the Kelsey's? Oh, the freaking Jason Kelsey with the table.
Yes. Well, no, it wasn't a table. I think it was almost like a lifeguard chair where he climbed, or maybe it was a table. He climbed up on something, and I don't know the whole background about this, where he was, but he was in a tank top, and he had some USA flag pattern shorts. I think that's against flag code, but it's Jason Kelsey, so screw it. But then he got up in this crowd at wherever in Florida, or I don't even
it was in Philly.
That was Philly?
It was in Philly. It was for, I believe it was something him and his wife had set up for like the Eagles Autism Foundation.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, I would have never thought Philly. I would have thought maybe the closest it would get was like Atlantic City or something. But regardless, so Jason Kelsey gets up on this, I don't know if it's a lifeguard chair or table like Greg said. I don't think it was a table. I think it was taller than a table. But he comes up wearing this tank top and his American flag pattern shorts, and he rips it off. They got Velcro sides, and he underneath has an American flag Speedo on. Yeah, that was my reaction too. I really didn't need to see Jason Kelsey in a Speedo or a bikini. Again, flag code. Hey, you're not supposed to be wearing the flag, and really, I think the American flag would have issues about being by Jason Kelsey's hurdle destroyer, if you will.
What?
You weren't here for the first part. We talked about the story that we talked about earlier this morning, where the guy had 5 different wardrobe malfunctions while running the hurdles at some event in Germany. Yeah.
I saw the messages from this morning.
Just didn't comprehend them all.
I feel like I've heard this story before, and you said, no, this is a different guy.
Well, I was being sort of facetious there, but 5 times knocking over the hurdles with his schwanz, that's pretty. Well, he didn't knock over the hurdles. That was my joke. Was he knocked over the hurdles with it because low hanging. Well, I'd say low hanging fruit, but it's more. But it's more like low hanging meat there. But
eggplants. Eggplant's a fruit. It's low hanging.
Well, they call them meat and veg in different areas, so I don't know. Maybe that's the vegetarian option. But anyhow, I just surmised that, given he had 5 different wardrobe Now, first off, how do you have 5 and stay concentrating? I mean, you can't pause in the middle and just give it a little tuck. You're not going to end up in first place or second place or at that point, if you keep on readjusting yourself, how are you not finishing last? I mean, I would just, I can't speak for me because it would never happen to me. But if it was me, I'd just keep on running because, eyes on the prize.
It's one way to solve your problem.
Well, I mean, people are going to remember me if I end up first and have my unit hanging out at the finish line. Plus, also, I'm just sort of reminded of Yolanda on The Price is Right back in 77. Hey, she had no idea her top, her top didn't go up.
Her ladiness.
Her frontals, if you will. Her bazooms. We'll just say that. How they popped out. And she didn't freaking notice until Bob Barker's like,
she came on down and they came on out.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I was going to say it in a totally different way. Okay, my imagination, the only thing I can think of is when I was in high school, the hurdles were wood, the little hurdle itself, not the metal frame. And now I'm getting thoughts of splinters.
Yeah. Imagine how painful that would be.
Imagine how painful the removal would be, getting tweezers down there. Where's Greg? We need an adult.
We need an adult here, adult.
And I do want Greg to come back, actually, because there's something that we talked about earlier this week that Greg wanted to mention. And actually, we did talk about, there's Greg. We did talk about the NBA championship earlier, but there's another little side note we need to talk about.
What is that?
The past couple of days, Wednesday and Thursday, was the NBA draft.
Or as Dallas calls it, Flag Day.
Clever. So the first overall pick this year, I mean, we knew who was going to be the first overall pick. There was no doubt in anybody's mind it was going to be Cooper Flagg. We didn't have that last year. Last year, there was some arguing about who should be first because nobody was really good in last year's rookie class, at least coming in. And then 2 years ago, we had Victor Wembanyama, who is probably the biggest prospect coming into the NBA, probably since LeBron James. But that's not why we're going to talk about the NBA draft. Oh, I should also add, I apologize to Chico. His regional NBA franchise, good heavens, they're going to suck yet again.
Well, yeah. We wanted a center. We needed a center. Wrath of Khan? Seriously?
Well, you also traded away a center. You traded away Mark Williams to Phoenix.
Okay, there's no loss there. Mark Williams is terrible.
Fair enough, but yeah. At 4, you pick Canoopel.
Con Canoopel.
Oh, his name is Canoopel. It isn't a silent K.
He's going to be the next coming of Luke Kennard, I swear to God.
Well, that was my line. I put that in our chat and I said, oh gosh, this is Luke Kennard all over again. And Chico said, oh, well, Luke Kennard's bad, blah, blah, blah. But it's like Luke Kennard has made at least like a 8, 9, 10-year career thus far. So, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, he's on the bench for the Grizzlies. He's one of the first people to come off the bench. So he's got a career there, but...
You mentioned another name, and this was a guy that was on the Tar Heels when I was a student there.
What name's that?
Adam Morrison 2.0.
Adam Morrison went to North Carolina.
Hold on. I might be thinking of another Morrison.
He was at Gonzaga.
Oh. I must have been thinking of Brian Morrison. He too was ugly.
Might be thinking of Van Morrison for all we know.
I knew the goldfish brain was bad, but not that bad.
I remember when I was a student, there's a guy named Morrison, and he was terrible. That's all I remember.
Okay, I've heard of the Mandela effect. Now we've got the Morrison effect going on here. Adam Morrison went to Gonzaga. And really, I would not be surprised if Con Canoopel went total Adam Morrison, because Adam Morrison flamed out of the league in 4 years? I think he barely lasted into the 2010s. But at the same time, I got to give him credit because Adam Morrison did win at least one NBA title with the Lakers. But I saw some Duke games this year. I saw nothing in Con Canoopel that said to me, this guy's a lottery pick, let alone the 4th overall pick in the draft. I actually apologized to Chico in our little chat that we have because they're going to waste the absolute best years of LaMelo Ball. As much as I can't stand the guy and the Ball family as a whole, they're going to ruin his prime. I mean, he scored, I don't know, about 22 points a game, 23, 24 points a game this year. And they've got just absolute crap around him. And now they add Con Canoopel, who, by the way, is the same position as LaMelo Ball. He's a sort of a swing forward shooting guard, 6'6" type of person, 6'5". So why are you getting another person that plays that position when, as Chico just said, they need centers to save their lives? They've needed centers for at least 6 years now. Because I remember Kai Jones. I remember Nick Richards. And then they got rid of like the only big man who was decent. They got rid of PJ Washington. He's down in Dallas. So he'll be sharing the basketball with Cooper Flagg and the 8 games per year they'll get out of Anthony Davis. But yeah, I feel so sorry for Chico because his franchise is inept. It's like they want to lose. And then when they lose, they end up getting like the absolute worst possible draft pick. They had like one of the worst records, and they end up getting the 4th overall pick, which is literally the worst case situation when you're like the worst team in the league.
Like, you keep getting all these draft picks with the worst record, and yet you do absolute fuck all with them. Seriously, what's going on in Charlotte there? And my phone wants to light up every time I grouse about. Yeah.
Your phone's being tracked by the owners of the Charlotte Hornets.
Yo, Michael, you owe me money.
Give this guy a jolt because he says something bad about the Hornets.
I don't even think Michael Jordan owns the Hornets anymore.
No, he doesn't own the Hornets.
No.
He sold, I want to say, a year or 2 ago.
But Michael Jordan is going to be joining NBC Sports next season for the NBA on NBC.
That's right. And speaking of which, thing that came out this morning, Turner Sports, which, by the way, is another installment of David Zaslav doesn't know what to do with it. They lost controlling interest in NBA TV. The league is going to be controlling the network from here on out.
I would have thought they'd just give their stake to Amazon, since Amazon's going to be airing the NBA on Prime Video.
I just wonder if it's going to make it easier for different teams around the league to show their product. Because I know they do the occasional live broadcast of games, but now that it's an NBA-owned product, they could probably show any game they want at any time. That also, I think, gives them more access to the NBA's library. So when they go to, archival footage of the 50s or 60s or 70s or whatnot, since it's done in-house with NBA video, I wonder if that's going to make a bit of a difference. I mean, something's got to fill the offseason between Oklahoma City winning the title and the preseason, early to mid-October. That's my 2 cents about that.
Well, it's been filling time for me, as you all know. Episodes of Knots Landing. So I am now on season 13, finally. And Chico, you know what this means.
I do know what this means. I cannot say because I'm like 4 episodes into season 13, but yeah. Let's just say Ann Matheson, played by Michelle Phillips.
Yes.
She's on the street now.
She's on the street. She's
gonna do not. I don't know if you've seen the episodes I've seen, but she's about to do something strange for a little bit of change.
Oh, she is. Let's just say, Mike, she's gonna be bearing all, if you know what I mean.
She's gonna have her own Yolanda Bowers-Lee moment.
Now, I really thought we were going to go down the high road, and you're going to just say the end is near. You're in the final season.
No, we're not in the final season.
13 isn't the final season? I thought it was 13 seasons.
No, 14.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! This is the series that'll never end.
But at the end, Val Ewing is going to teach somebody to read and then decide to leave.
But then come back before the final season.
Bingo. Of course.
They need to get everybody back for the last couple of episodes.
I have no idea what problem they're going to solve for the last couple of episodes, but I bet it's going to be fun.
It's probably going to be something involving Greg and a lot of money.
Everything involves Greg and a lot of money.
Are we talking about that asshole William Devane?
Yes. That tanned asshole with the shit-eating grin. Yes.
Well, I assumed you were talking about William Devane, but I just wanted to say that asshole William Devane because, again, whenever I see that commercial, he just looks like a pompous little. Well, I almost said the F word. I'm going to try and keep it clean because, I want to be the adult in the room. But I just want to just pop him because he looks like a little just pain in the ass. But also, I know the name, is Greg Sumner. I just, didn't know if there's another Greg that may have shown up on the scene and be like, hey, my name is Greg, not Sumner, but, Greg Diener. Let's say that. My name is Greg Diener. I'm new on the scene here at Knots Landing, and I'm going to kick Greg Sumner's ass.
I'm a time traveler from 2025, and I want to take off Greg Sumner's money, damn it.
And it's all because he made my friend Mike pissed because he's a giant asshole in that one insurance commercial he does.
Now, hold on a second, Chico. We just completed that one storyline in season 12 involving his half-brother, which was so fucking weird.
That was just absolutely odd.
Now, when it's revealed that it's his half-brother, he has, like, the best reaction to it. It's like, okay.
He's very nonchalant.
Yes! He's like, this is supposed to shock me? Really?
Like, do you all know me? Nothing shocks me anymore. In fact, and Greg, you're going to see this the deeper you get into season 13. Greg Sumner's GAFs, all gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I was going to say, what do you mean by GAF? I got it.
He has 0 Fs left. 404, no Fs found.
I was a little stuck there. I'm like, girl friends? Oh, no, it doesn't mean that. It means, yeah, what you just said. He has none of those to give. Oh, my gosh.
I just love that we're also in the part where Halle Berry has shown up as a staffer on Karen's show.
Yes. Halle Berry did something in between Living Dolls and Boomerang.
Well, no, she did. Which Spike Lee film? Do the Right Thing?
No, it wasn't Do the Right Thing. You're thinking of Rosie Perez.
Okay. Well, no, there was a movie that she did. Maybe it was like Jungle Fever or something like that. I'm taking a look because she was in a Spike Lee movie before, and I think it was like around 89 or so. It was before she would have been on Knots Landing. Because Boomerang would have been like 2002. Or no,
92.
92. I think I'm getting my Boomerang and my Swordfish mixed up. Because whenever I watch Swordfish, I really need a nice cool drink. Because if you've ever seen Swordfish, I don't need to mention what's going on, but dang, Halle Berry. Represent Cleveland, baby. Oh my gosh.
We may have to cover Living Dolls one day.
I may have to cover Swordfish one day.
Well, let me say this. It's no Paper Dolls.
That's later.
Okay, so Jungle Fever was the movie, and that was 91. I thought that was like early 90s. So that would have been before Knots Landing.
Well, this season we're watching is 91, 92. So this would be same time.
Well, a little earlier because Jungle Fever, I think, was summer of 91. But still, I get what you're saying. In the chronology, it's Jungle Fever, then Knots Landing, and then Boomerang came in 92. I get what you're saying.
That soundtrack was off the chain, by the way.
Boomerang?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen the movie Boomerang. I need to see it. I like a lot of Eddie Murphy's stuff, so.
It airs all the time on, like, Bounce. I mean, I see the listings for it all the time. So,
hold on. Is it on Tubi?
Well, beyond that, I know Greg gets Bounce because he has the Friendly TV package, and they have Bounce. But the one movie that never shows up, sadly, yes, I'm going back there again, nobody ever shows friggin' Swordfish.
Boomerang is not on Tubi.
The one thing that Tubi doesn't have.
It does have Waiting to Exhale, Booty Call, How to Be a Player, Deliver Us from Ava, and Baps.
Oh, another fine Halle Berry movie, Baps.
I wouldn't call it a fine Halle Berry movie.
Look, to me, it's a fine Halle Berry movie. But I need to mention something, okay? Booty Call. That is an absolute classic. I don't care what anybody says. I don't give a flying fuck. It is a great movie.
Greg, you're not going to believe this. I absolutely agree with you. I ran into it, oh gosh, I don't know how many years ago. Maybe it was like 5-6 years ago. Maybe it was during COVID time. And I sat and watched the entire movie of Booty Call. I can't believe I'm admitting this, but yeah, I saw it and I got to agree with Greg. It was a piece of work. It was definitely a product of its day. When was Booty Call? That was mid-90s, wasn't it?
97. Yep, 97.
And okay, Baps was 97 too. I've heard of Baps. I've never seen it. Is Baps one that I should be on the lookout for?
Maybe. I don't know.
Depends. Do you really like Halle Berry? I mean, if you like Halle Berry, if you really like Halle Berry.
Okay. I don't like Halle Berry that much that you're implying. But I mean, Halle Berry is a beautiful and very talented woman. I mean,
She is.
There's no taking away that. But I'm not as big of a Halle Berry fan as where I'm going to like hunt down Baps to be like a completionist and say, I've seen everything that Halle Berry's ever done. That's just not going to happen. So I will put Baps on the back burner, even though, again, it shows up like seemingly every week on like Bounce. So if you want your Baps or you want your, what's the other movie I said?
Boomerang.
Boomerang, yes. If you want your Baps or if you want any movies that start with the letter B, go to Bounce. Hey, that also starts with B. Go figure. All right, hold on. I'm doing a little look here.
I have a great idea. We could start at like a movie channel of like movies that begin with B.
Okay, the Beautician and the Beast.
Beautician and the Beast with Fran Drescher, Tim Dalton. We'll put that on.
And we call it B movie theater.
No, B movie.
B movie with Jerry Seinfeld. Yes,
yeah, that's a good one.
The Back to the Future trilogy we can put on there.
Beach Street.
Yeah. Oh, all three Bad News Bears movies.
The Beethoven cinematic franchise.
Yeah. There any other movies that begin with B?
Oh, I'm sure there's more than just that starts with B. I'm sorry. I'm trying to actually see if like
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's, okay.
What about Beverly Hills Cop?
Oh, Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, 3, and Axel F.
Yeah, I just happened to see that because I'm looking at Bounce's schedule for the next week and a half. Is Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 are on next Tuesday. Because I swear that like Baps and Boomerang air like every week or so.
Brokeback Mountain.
Let's not go that far, Chico.
Let's not go that far. Oh my! I didn't know Greg would have limits as to what movies would air. Oh my!
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh wait, Black Adam. You can put Black Adam on there.
Bustin' Loose with Richard Pryor.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Busted the Loose. Oh, Bill and Ted 1, 2, and 3.
Batman.
Oh, Batman. Batman Returns. Batman Forever. Batman Robin. Batman Begins. Oh, we can't have The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises. Those don't begin with B. But we can put the Batman in.
Blank Man.
Oh, yeah, Blank Man. Now, Mike, have you ever seen the movie Blank Man with Damon Wayans?
No, I've heard of it, though.
Oh, trust me, it is a classic. I will say, for a 90s superhero movie, it's very ahead of its time.
I think I've heard somebody say that in the past. It was ahead of its time.
And it has J5.
J5?
J5. It's the robot that Damon Wayans created in the movie. Coming up later this week on It Was a Thing on TV. Now, Before you ask, I know I mentioned last week that I was going to be recording an episode with Dane. Well, for circumstances beyond my control, I had to cancel it, but I will get around to that one episode soon, okay? I'm going to try to work out a rescheduled date with Dane. It's chaotic with my schedule right now, but don't worry. Trust me. I'll get that episode taped and up when I can. But I will say, this episode of It Was the Thing on TV coming up this week, we're going to have the return of... Oh! Now, a couple of years ago, we did Bill Bixby in The Return of the Incredible Hulk. Well, now we're going to have Bill Bixby back as a news anchor in Boston.
Is Lou Ferrigno going to play a stunt double?
Oh, we can only wish.
That would be great if Bill Bixby's reading the news. 18 kids were killed in a bus accident today. That makes me angry.
You know, I'm sad that I couldn't find Trial of the Incredible Hulk in time for Daredevil Born Again, so we could talk about freaking what's his face from Street Hawk as Matt Murdock, Chico.
Rex Smith.
Oh yeah,
he does take my breath away.
Look, he's no Charlie Cox, okay? Try as he might, he's no Charlie Cox. He's not even no Ben Affleck.
I just finished Daredevil Born Again. That is some dark ass shit.
Well, the Netflix show was pretty dark. I mean, come on.
No, I mean, the Netflix show is looking at the Disney Plus show, going like, "Dude, you are dark."
I watched like the first episode on a plane. I never got around to watching the because then I went to Knots Landing as soon as I got home. You know what? I might as well watch the rest of Daredevil Born Again as soon as I finally fucking finish Knots Landing. But
yeah, you know what I have to start on now? Ironheart.
Oh, my sympathies.
I think we do have a proper show that we need to record.
Yeah, and we'll get to that later this week. So thank you for joining us for this before this show, and we'll see you with that episode soon. Wow!
Dear Dave, is there a sequel to Cabin Boy? By the way, I was in Cabin Boy.
Oh, I know.
My big screen debut. If there is a sequel to Cabin Boy, will you be in it? Just wondering, Joseph Hauger, Granite Falls, Minnesota. You know, honestly, I'd be proud to be in a sequel of Cabin Boy. I don't know that they're going to be making one, but if there, I'd be the first one there. I'd be the first one there in line to get the makeup for Cabin Boy, too. But, you know, it's funny that you bring up sequels because two of our stagehands here on The Late Show, Pat Farmer and Kenny Sheehan, coincidentally are appearing in a big blockbuster motion picture sequel this summer. Here, take a look. Watch the guys.
Got any plans for the weekend, Kenny?
No.
Well, maybe I'll give you Booty a call.
That would be great, Pat. Please call my Booty.
What the hell was that? That would be great, Pat. Please call my Booty.
Please call my Booty. Yeah.
Please call my Booty.
Now, you know, if this was like French where you have like adjectives before or after the noun, Cabin Boy would be Boy Cabin, and we could show that on our new channel. Who would want to see Boy Cabin? I think it falls under the same category as Brokeback Mountain, but what do I know?